Guess who's back, motherfuckers? It's me again. Oh, that's an Enderman. So I'm just gonna get straight into it with this video topic. Um, One of my fondest memories of me and my father is playing Super Smash Brothers together. It was the night of Christmas, and I had just gotten it as a gift. We were a very poor family, so I wasn't expecting to get anything crazy like that, and it was one of the most more like warming like memories I've ever had. And I would say, that's like top 5 memories I have in general. And I've been thinking about Smash a lot recently because life has been getting a little bit hard. I start my job soon, part time at a supermarket, and I've been just thinking about stuff that made me happy as a kid, even though my life has been a little bit stressful. And Super Smash Bros has always kind of been there for me, and I really got into it around the Ultimate thing. Like when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was dropping, that's like around the time I was originally getting into it, and I was a huge fan during the like Smash hype. And I guess just jumping into what this video is gonna be, I want to talk about the next Smash and what characters I would want in it. I've been talking about this to some of my friends recently, which has probably gotten a little bit annoying for them because honestly, all I can really think about right now is when the hell is the next Smash? Who do I want in the next Smash? But it's always a huge thing for me whenever a Smash drops. But yeah, let me just jump into this. My most wanted character of all time is Crash Bandicoot because that's like one of my childhood games. I used to play Twin Sanity quite a bit, and it's like my first big introduction to video games. And Crash Bandicoot is like my Sora. Like if they put in Crash Bandicoot, I will probably cry. And I just think there's a lot of moveset potential there that can be explored, and that's something I want to see from them. A second one, though, I'd love to see is Scorpion and Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat, because holy shit, dude. I think that would, like, wrap up the fighting game reps perfectly. I was also a huge Mortal Kombat kid. I grew up with Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and I just think there's a way to do them in a great way without having the blood and gore, which is an argument I've had with a few of my friends recently. I don't think the blood and gore is all Mortal Kombat has to offer. Like, Scorpion has like get over here, and, Sub-Zero, he has ice powers, There's plenty of stuff to do there, I think there's a lot of potential there. I'd say a third one I want, a bit more of a retro pick and a more out there, thought. I would like Gilius Thunderhead from Golden Axe. I love Golden Axe. Another one of my like childhood games. And I just think, having something like that in Smash, I don't think is going to happen, but it would totally blow my mind and I'd be so happy. That's another game that I used to play with my dad growing up, and I think, Golden Axe in Smash would be just wonderful. And yeah, another fourth one is a bit of a Reddit take, but I want Waluigi. I think he would be a great rep for the sports games. I think there's a lot of potential there, since he was brought in during, like, tennis. I'm not one of those people that was like, fuck you, Sakurai, you didn't put Waluigi in the games. But I think Waluigi could be cool. I think he'd be great. Another person I think that could be cool for the Mario series is Toad. I think, there's a lot of stuff to do there. Toads are, like, part of the face of, like, Mario, I think. There's ways you can put him in that could be interesting. And the alternate costumes, there's Toadette, there's Captain Toad. Oh, yeah, and for the record, I would hope they don't put in Captain Toad as like a fighter, but as a costume, because holy shit, that would be so lame. Dude cannot jump at all. I don't want to see that in the game. That's only one of the only like ones where I'm like, I don't want to see that in the game. Another one, Doom guy. I fucking love Doom, like especially like the original Dooms. I think having a trailer where like that has Isabella in it to play off of like the memes that they had would be just great. I think Doom Guy is another character that's very mature, but there's a way to put him in the game without, changing the rating of the game. Um, but yeah, those are some characters that I think could be really cool. There's some more. We need more Sonic reps in Smash. Like I am just honestly surprised that we don't have any. Like besides Sonic, I think some cool ones could be Doctor Eggman is high up there, and then I like the idea of for like an Echo Fighter, either Metal Sonic or Shadow. I think Shadow is more likely. He's more of an iconic character. But the idea of like Dr. Eggman introducing like the Echo for a Metal Sonic would just be really cool. I think I'd be really impressed by that. I'd also be fine with Knuckles. The only one I really wouldn't really rock with for like Sonic reps is Tails. I think Tails is a cool character and all, but in terms of Smash Bros, I don't think Tails needs to be in there. Probably most likely is Dr. Eggman, but I would love some like, some other hedgehog action and maybe some echidna action, just depending on whatever they add in. I can see Tom Nook as an Echo Fighter. I think that would be really nice. Another one I was thinking about a couple years ago that has always been like in circulation in my mind is Double Dragon. I can't exactly remember the name of the characters at this exact moment, but I think some beat 'em up rep like that would be really cool if they didn't do something like Golden Axe, Because I don't know, I'm not a huge Streets of Rage guy, but I fucking love Double Dragon. I think that could be really cool. I think we're near the end of my list, I think. Just trying to think of other things. Paper Mario would be great. I used to be a huge like Geno truther, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Paper Mario has more moveset potential, and Geno's like a side character. I would not be like upset if Geno happened though. Like, but honestly, what I think they just need to do for him is they just need to give him like a deluxe me costume that looks good, like the one Sans and Cuphead have. I remember when they revealed like Cuphead, and it was hyper than Byleth because Byleth's like reveal was just genuinely terrible. But I think like a deluxe me for Geno, where like the head actually looks like a costume head, would be just great. I think that's something that we would need. I would also love another Earthbound rep, but more in general, I would want them to do like a remake of Earthbound because holy shit, we have been starving for the last few years, Or maybe like an Earthbound collection with all like, 3 of the games. I think that could be wonderful. And I'm sure, that would do well. I'm getting off track, but those are my like most wanteds for Smash. And I would genuinely just be like so happy if they happen. I believe that is all. Goodbye.